How's it going, everybody? Ryan here. I'm back with another movie review. I just recently saw Jason Bourne, so let's talk about it. Jason Bourne is the fourth installment in this beloved action franchise starring Matt Damon in the role of Jason Bourne. This one teams Paul Greengrass and Matt Damon back together to tell another entry in this action saga. This fourth film follows Jason Bourne as he tries to uncover hidden truths about his past. As you can probably tell, I myself am a huge fan of the original Bourne trilogy. The Bourne Identity is my least favorite of the trilogy. It's still an excellent action movie with a great intro to this beloved action trilogy. We have Bourne Supremacy, which is my second favorite. I really enjoy the Bourne Supremacy. I think it's a great white-knuckle thriller. I think all these films, in their respected ways, have their own little type of genre in there. The Bourne Identity is a character piece following this character, getting to know him. Bourne Supremacy is a white-knuckle thriller. There's a lot of tension in the movie, some action scenes, but the movie really focuses on Bourne getting all this information and what he's going to do in the Bourne Ultimatum, the finale of the original trilogy, which is not only my favorite of the trilogy, not only one of my favorite action films of all time, one of my all-time favorite movies. The Bourne Ultimatum is a masterpiece in terms of action and in terms of filmmaking. It is so well done, and it tied the trilogy up in a bow so well. So when I heard that they were going to be making Jason Bourne, the fourth installment in this particular trilogy, not completely forgetting about Bourne Legacy, didn't see it, don't care to see it, I was kind of confused as to see where this story was going to go. But I was way more excited than confused. I was really excited to see Paul Greengrass back in the directing chair, Matt Damon back in the role of Jason Bourne. I knew, considering they were coming back, there was somewhat of a story to tell. And before going into this film, I read a lot of and saw a lot of reviews saying the movie wasn't as good as it could have been. It was a good movie, not a great movie. I went in with an open mind. I went in kind of thinking that I was going to be somewhat disappointed. And that's why I don't really focus on reviews, because I actually kind of love Jason Bourne, like a lot. Entertained me to no end. I was so happy to see Matt Damon back in the role. I was so happy to see Paul Greengrass directing this film. The film doesn't really bring anything new to the table in terms of following this character of Jason Bourne. If you've seen a Bourne film, you've seen the way this film is going to play out. There's a lot of different locations. There's a lot of people that Jason Bourne's going to fight, and it's just it plays out exactly like an original Bourne film would. That's what a lot of people weren't really happy with, that this film didn't bring anything new really to the table, and that's an honest thing to be kind of disappointed about. I can completely see that. But for me, in my opinion, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I see it, and that's how I will always see it when we're talking about Jason Bourne. All of the Jason Bourne films, basically, all three of them span the same storyline in the three films. This one was its individual story, and I don't think it was so focused on setting up another film in a new franchise of Bourne films. I think this was a standalone movie. And did it need to be made? No. Am I happy that it was made? Hell yeah, I am. I was so happy to see Jason Bourne back on the big screen. I was so happy to see Paul Greengrass directing. With that out of the way, let's talk about the story. Another thing that people aren't really very happy with. This film is mostly a revenge tale following Jason Bourne. He basically knows who he is, but he's trying to uncover truths about his past, and that's basically where his storyline follows. There's a side story that a lot of people are complaining about, which is for good reason. The film basically has this storyline following this character launching this new app, which it has a lot of controversy talking about privacy and the privacy of other people, and how social media is affecting with people's privacy. But I was actually pretty riveted by it all. I was very, very entertained by this storyline and how it all coincided with the original main storyline following Jason Bourne. The film has a lot of messages and talking in terms of privacy and in terms of, in a post-Snowden world, how this world is kind of dealing with privacy. And it was actually fairly brilliant in my opinion. I was really entertained by it all, and it all concluded into a great conclusion. It all tied it all together really well. So I was personally a big fan of it. I can see why other people weren't. That's the big thing that a lot of people weren't really big fans of, and I can understand that. The other things that are fairly good if you're going into a Bourne film directed by Paul Greengrass, great performances. Excellent performances all around in this film. Matt Damon does great again as Jason Bourne. Alicia Vikander does amazing in this movie. the standout for me was Alicia Vikander. I love her. She's absolutely gorgeous. I loved her in Ex Machina, and she does so great in this movie. I'm so happy that she's getting the roles that she deserves. Tommy Lee Jones, I'm happy to say that he's not doing it just for a paycheck. He's actually in the movie for a reason, and he does really good. Alicia Vikander is great, and the other standout for me was Vincent Cassel, who is basically this assassin who's after Jason Bourne. Amazing, does great in the film. The acting's with Paul Greengrass. He's the only one that can really do shaky cam really well, and he does it so well in Jason Bourne. Some of the best action in the trilogy, in my opinion, or in the franchise now. So many great, memorable action scenes in this film. So well made. The action is incredible. There's great car chases. There's great motorcycle chases. There's a great fight scene in the movie that is absolutely brutal. Man, I really, really love this movie, and I don't really have that many flaws. It's one of my favorite films of the year. In a year where we're getting pretty lackluster summer blockbusters, this film brought it back for me. I was so happy to see all the characters on screen. I loved the storyline. I was really entertained throughout it all. My grade for Jason Bourne is going to be 4.5 out of 5. Just excellent. So good. I was so happy to announce that it's a great movie, in my humble opinion. What did you guys think of Jason Bourne? Did you see it? Did you not see it? Let me know. Are you going to see it? I have my review for Lights Out coming very soon, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I'll be back with more videos soon, so I'll see you guys later.